a tends to see for complaining, say, for a jomusika month to a yajmana more, and for say, ubi agency journey. It may be, you know, it all boils down to finding the right place to go and talking to the right person. A lot of agents out here, no, be brain sono, almost shed that, and ye omunim so mun yejumano, almost share other, like they have a cover and you operate.
And what's the cover?
Say, Oma register business, and now Omuri use the ear Samuel Mano. Now, Ubekomono, they are not actual practitioners. And any problem, no. Until most, we advise that applicants are now potential travelers, some person or multiple, they should seek, competent or they should look for an immigration law expert, and as a lawyer. I'll bet me advise you.
Fraud, you know, how does it happen in the first place?
Well, it comes in a different form. In terms of fraud, who person change or U.S. immigration fraud contest now, it has to do with the applicant presenting fraudulent document or trying to secure visa with an information that is not appropriate. Or
first of all, number one, what's in the no person to quine? Or the crata or what feeling or no credit be any.
Sanity. In immigration law, no section 2126 CI. Or my friend said that section, no, or the boss who embeds one more, and it just a misrepresentation of material fact. Maybe Banstate will be a yamau, or the qua, no one will say, and your papa, and the immigration fraud.
Okay.
Maybe marriage certificate, and your papa, immigration fraud. And I say,
marriage certificate, and your papa, no. Yeah, now obedient wakofa na say forged marriage and I said
they are not registered in the system. Obeko omo processor, omo verify sanyomano, omo friend class, omo lodge most of the information into that. Into biano, the host nation no, I shared certain database with the embassies. Omo to verify nyomabi sir. Into no omo kwa, they have a way of checking those things and then verify the authenticity of it. Into na yabanesa into no section 2126 CI no prevent the issuance of visa to anybody who has procured or tried to procure benefit of immigration benefit with information that turn out to be what we call inappropriate or fraudulent in its nature, and they will deny you a visa. Now they will label you as what we call they will ban you from entering the United States. You will find it inadmissible and ineligible. Now, some finally will say maybe you're embassy. Now say, see visa. Section 214B, HSA, you're not eligible. And in there you can reapply at any time. But section 2126 CI, you have been found inadmissible. Therefore, you are not allowed to reapply for visa any longer. Unless you go through a process we call waiver. That waiver process is quite lengthy and complex. And a couple you file a petition and seek for a waiver of inadmissibility. And then the Bama Abetmia Oko embassy in the back. In other words, fraud occurs when even applicants nakasano when say information or the so previously were contradicting no. Yes, Obiako 20 years ago or so a dancer. Now Ghana dancer Sambi Forest, for example. Why wakansa 10 years later or 20 years later wasababium so or maybe or fitani and answer or cabitani the business how long yes
first time I apply no you see information
yes
they lodge
all those in the class action report or database homologists and focus 5 years if you 10 years it's not true wow that's inconsistencies about our application, previous one, current one, into it will lead at 9 out of 10 will be quite to some tour. It can lead to other scrutiny. I find as a big why use fraud. Maybe document all the buyer say, oh yeah, dancer, so yeah, cabit and your papa. Now I confess and mostly it's not from the applicant. It's about the information that they get from outside people who are not professionals. Oh, what do my baby? What do my woman? Woman be sacred fako. Na akwatija na this is swaba amomo. And if you are barred from entering the United States ban be or 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, every quarter forever. If it has to do with drug-related terrorist information, be a sign it here. Into fraud in the not cancel their doors. But there are people in Ghana who are doing the right thing, and they also because of a better career doesn't say who can papa.
Fraud in the what types be apart from the way explaining on part of the applicant. Say we know A, B, and inconsistencies. Okay, and I say be wrong information. Any of those things on Bekai. So you either become ineligible or inadmissible based on information.
Yes.
Apart from that, on the part of the agents now, common ways use to fraud in Kofo.
Well, they mostly publish what we call job abroad.
Job abroad.
And mostly people fall victim to. Job abroad, no say no. I will hope, but a net better, sir. Into no, they will promise you, koha ubenya. Ubekono, befeche na enyesa anete. Some of them do travel, all right, but promise or the must see you bet your salary no maybe it's less than, but on it face so they will tell you, say, oh, it's like this. But then they try to come back home because that's not what they were promised.
And so when job abroad, yen kasan fa ho kakra ne emu obi. When say obi advertising, say bia wo beko me fa say country be say Turkey. Wo kwa koye edwuma say ni say. Omo ji nurses, teachers ne ade ye nya domestic workers nko.
Right.
And say bia ombetu ya wo say dollars and all of that. How do you verify?
That's very true. There's a way to verify. Also, job abroad, no, say a company na recruit or more agencies or Europe, any other places are recruiting for directly, and modify other agencies. So, they have contract with those agencies or companies. Into no, unyasa kwenyanibia. You have to verify from the company itself. Or be recruit no.
Be almost say wo kwa kwa.
Yes. Because definitely there should be some information about the company, and there should be some information about they hiring abroad. America, for instance, no, obey hire if you want to recruit someone from another country to America, there's a process. Who company so you have to get what we call Department of Labor certification.
Okay.
And SANA to discuss the wages. And SANA government by approval so to me recruit to be free different country to America.
Department of Labor certification, is it from the US or how?
Yeah, from the US. Who employer no. You have to go through that process to be certified to who's a salary no better than it meet the minimum wage.
Okay.
And SANA obet me then and the so the money pano so no. If you say US no, nko for mu ho no, nko for dodo practice na. If there are more people who practice into that particular specialty now then there will be more or less denial of your labor certification request because
okay.
But if that particular skill and say specialty no a year limited then they will give you opportunity to import more people to recruit more people internationally.
But obi tie anopai or boaboa ne ho to kwan yesi adwuma bi na make us a verification no watch it. But then is it through websites and phone calls and all of that?
Websites no be it's a clone one. But usually no. What's up called na obi na ye. But then most websites na your official is a state-owned a website now. But we said .gov and I said mostly is .gov. Now but
when you can be we say original website now and we to me check one usually .gov
and I say company nakasa no omo original website are verifiable. There are people that are skilled in tracing all these websites. Call immigration law firm lawyers practitioners so they can help you, assist you to verify those things, and then you'll be able to make a determination as to whether to embark on the journey or not.
Apart from job frauding coffee, what else? An agency?
Yes, there are other ones too. Also, like I say, visa ma utifie na dia brown nyoma so ka ho bi.
No, is it really true? Say we dey tua bibia fa passport yi dey be my tinafie ya be visa bro. Does it happen that way?
Well, in that context no, it's not like that because countries be komwa so you ukoji visa so fingerprint biometrics. Now one ko biometrics one ko fingerprint be dey visa na ba wo fie. The only exception, I almost say, just a government travels, and now unko embassy war because through foreign affairs, and the penna, a bed, a bamao, saquiniano. But all other travels, no, you have to appear and do fingerprints.
And to say, a buying maybe a move to coin for some workshop be and our meeting be abroad, opportunity fee, a buy everybody. But say who individual now who took one no because it's na would have a passport never scam me. Make one makwaya brewa. What's it, Charlie?
And no the red flag.
Oh, that's a big education. Is there something else you want to add to that?
Well, yes, and conformably counter issues at the embassy in terms of denial, refusals.
Okay.
And one problem clients are complaining about. Or embassy and bisanishwe na adina the visa onya hwe. Obekobo no osako bium na asa adina on tiase. Now, there's a process to that effect because the more then your chance of getting the visa become very slim. But now the top first information there, because denial notice number the man first no. I'm not sure. I think the last paragraph states clearly say today's decision cannot be appealed.
Oh,
but you can reapply again at any time. But if you choose to reapply again, you have to prove that your circumstances now have changed from the previous application now put it in. Now, how are you going to establish that to show that your circumstances have changed? The application itself, no, it doesn't give you that even space to do so. So, as a re-applicant, now we reapply again, it's very difficult. So now at the time, what people do is that because they've read that, they try to change their informations. They think because they say circumstances has changed. So
and also, so what's the now? We be inadmissible.
Yes, ineligible. Actually.
Ineligible. Okay.
Yeah. What we do is say, call once, twice, and say denial. There's something called review. You cannot appeal the decision, but you question how the council arrived at that decision.
You can question them.
Oh yes, it's
through
a process.
Okay.
Yeah, a legal process. You have to go. If really, we call them people who are actually traveling for legitimate reasons. Now, Manyasa encounter twice or thrice, they have the right to seek a direct review of the council's decision, but they are not appealing the decision.
Okay.
But they rather ask
for review.
Yeah, for review of the decision. But mind you, review your different types. Section 214B of the denial statute, of the Immigration and Nationality Act, it does not allow you to seek a review of a factual determination made by the council officer. Because a factual determination made by the councillor, so it's not subject to review or departmental review. No, but the process is said that you can navigate and ask how the councillor arrived at that decision by not challenging the decision. And 9 out of 10, once you get that information, you'll notice that there have been some inconsistency or some past application. There are situations so the passport maybe your process then acquire passport for apply the information therein might be contradict what has been put in now. Then it creates a serious problem for you. If you're lucky, some of them we do what we call we query the embassies and they call the person for what we call follow-up interviews. Or back when they actually say, hey, say net you. Oh, sir,
oh.
Now, what's our follow-up interview? Show the entino immediately. You are before admissible. Embassy not cultural said this is the reason. Until you have to seek a waiver. Now, probably bring your opportunity to seek a waiver. The embassy will recommend the waiver. But how many people know the process to seek a waiver? I mean, I don't know. I've not seen anybody doing that. But there's a process. Once you have been found inadmissible, embassy itself will recommend a waiver for you. So apply for waiver. And you have Office of Admissibility Review. And any problems I work on no more. Then they say, let's go and try again. The more you try and you get denied, the complex your situation becomes.
Okay.
And it's also good for you to seek a review of your denial, regardless of the statute under which you are denied. You put it in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, share 1 year. I don't know whether you want to add something else to the ways the fraudsters get their victims. And I know. First one, you talked about jobs abroad and Timothy Mayor visa. Is there anything else before we come to the next one?
Well, usually it's through, I mean, here say, oh, we have to say, we are more usually people who have already made it to Europe or other countries, they recommend the agents or their friends to go and see certain people to do so for them. And those are some of the things that occurred. And Nobeko not any different story.
All right.
Yes.
And see, who are Yabu? And I say, the fraud, any first, let's look at the legal side of the whole thing.
Well, both are in error in terms of the process, and they can face legal consequences. So, if the applicant, is proven also participating knowingly, participating with more, also that's how it is. Obi yemawa, and that's obi bow yemawa. That's a ban say nyamako changes sana. It happened to be a fraud issuer.
Yeah.
You, the applicant, might be also implicated one way or the other, not the perpetrators alone. So we have to be careful.
And to what? Yeah, the fraud, no. Say on am kwati kwan bi so no ya ma. To wan also crime run no be. And ania yeah, also yeah no. First
yes, I'm running the bedi.
Okay. All right. And we regret to inform you that you have been found ineligible for non-immigrant visa under Section 214B of the United States Immigration and Nationality Act. Okay. And I know na where your letter be ya dema one ya dina omonana.
Good somebody aba. We letter we no. Your friend say your friend in our context we call it generic. Hobby bre. Uko funeral, uko school, uko conference. That's a denial. They give you this letter. Okay. Now, this letter, Section 214B of the Immigration and Nationality Act, it's a general provision of the law. Okay. If you are denied under this section now, under normal circumstances, they have to break it down to your specific condition and situation at the time of the interview. Okay. But they give the general provision. So now, if you want to find out the actual factual determination made, you have to seek for a query. Because we know about your application or the buyer, it doesn't talk about the reason for denial. Rather, it's general. It says, we regret to inform you that you have been found ineligible for non-immigrant visa under Section 214B. Today's decision cannot be appealed. However, in future, you believe your personal situation has significantly changed and you are able to prove your stay in the United States will be temporary, you may consider reapplying. Now, it does not say anything about the application that you turn in for interview. So how are you going to change your situation? You are not told the factual determination made.
But they said it cannot be appealed.
Yes.
But you said right here that you can make some inquiries.
Yes, you can seek a review how the counselor, it's a legal process. You cannot appeal the decision. Wow. Yes. And the process is unappealing. You are not even challenging the decision. No. Neither are you trying to find out why. But then, how did the council arrive at that decision? Is what you are going to ask for.
It's quite complex, eh?
Yes.
Very delicate.
Very delicate. And we've been successful in doing that. Applicant in 2018 and 2020, or the information say in the buy, say interview transcripts just say or buy this time or say. And that determination was made by the council officer. Say any panel, the previous application, I would buy any current or by the contradicted. Especially a boy bra.
So a musician and a dancer.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to believe say statement more marginal say you can prove that your circumstances has changed. And on the new application, they go and put in information for thinking
because of statement that
is why they need a legal person like you to break it down for them, because it's not necessarily changing your personal information.
No, not at all.
Okay. So you were speaking about some of the red flags. Yeah, come back to that, because most people are oblivious of that.
Right.
Thousands of Ghana cedis.
Yes. Well, most at times, also people they like to say things on each face, where they're easy and you're complex. Some of us will explain to you your rights and what you should know and what you do. And our process is quite, I would not say complex, but then a little more stringent compared to other practitioners. Who will tell you, who will advise you your rights and the things you should expect.
Yeah.
Obiaka also, the visas are guaranteed. It's not true.
And I can be now say.
Obi say visa guarantee 100%.
Oh, had you 100%.
They be
visa.
True. If a visa nankasa ukutakra na enya guarantee so betumi awura kro no so.
Yeah, visa no.
Yes, you have to seek admission into the country. Visa no. The former name during the I think ancient Greek was a Roman. I think it's known as charter visa, which is in the Greek, and a metaphor you call I think diplo. Diplo means folded object. Any diplomatic notes pass on and become diplomatic. Now visa no I buy no a acronym which is Visitors International Stay Admission. Now, if it is issued to you, doesn't guarantee you entry into the country. You are now going to seek an admission into the country. Into your admission process, first one, the primary inspection, and a second one, the secondary inspection. Now, who do primary inspection now? I want a problem. If you're not able to pass through the primary inspection, and nobody call secondary inspection, then 9 out of 10 you'll be deported.
Okay, so let's look at what the primary inspection is. And now M1
yes, primary inspection, OG visa now information on the two applications before 2001, friends say 9/11 no. Now information are not centralized, but you see more centralizing now until do one more application of filling now a data no. Also we call New York. That's what is on application. We call the 10 days. Okay, then we call conference. Conference I mean comments in the 4 days. Now, a return ticket, 30 days. That is a referral.
Wow.
With the port of entry, why? You maybe say, how long do you want to stay? Or maybe say, why are you going? I'm attending a conference. Okay, how long are you staying? How long is the conference? Also, maybe 3 days. How long are you staying? Maybe 2 weeks. Okay. Now, based on the pressure, and maybe probably, I would say, the way you spoke to the person or the way you speak to the person. All right. Welcome to the United States. Normal 6 months. Now,
so what to be about 6 months?
Yes, that's the maximum they can give you on B1, B2.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't give less unless the visa is annotated.
Okay.
Your visa be a friend annotated visas.
Okay.
And then it's limited to certain amount of period. This of it may stay.
Okay.
Into no, 6 months or no, or remove. Wako. Now the next person who is coming, Yabisano, also at the same situation. Now business okay. Well, can I see your return ticket? The problem, Baba. With return ticket, your total stay is 1 week, 10 days. Return ticket near 30 days. Officer say, why are you going to stay for the rest of the 20 days? And how are you going to support yourself? Sad questions that there's a problem. Then they will refer you to secondary inspection to explain 10 days snack. If I know how are you going to support yourself? But hotel no yes, hotel maybe 10 days because conference is 3 days. You spend 7 days more into hotel 10 days. So say hotel period now expire. We take it to 30 days. So 20 days. Why are you going to stay? How are you going to support yourself?
And how do you answer that?
That's a complex one. So what you do. Your ticket according to the number of days are equal stay. Would one answer there's a change in secondary they will extend your ticket. A lot of people don't know this. So we have admission process, what we call education. When you have visa now, that's not the end of it. You need to be guided how to overcome what we call primary and secondary admission. Until you do call secondary admission now, then you are subject to more questioning. They'll ask to set your phone, they'll ask to look at your laptop, they'll ask to do this, and you give your consent. Once you give your consent, and now I tell you, our own people, they have informations that are not even part of their visa, and then it creates problem from them. So
from the airport, you can be sent back home?
Yes, we call it, the statute under which you are being removed from the airport is described as expedited removal under Section 235B of the Immigration and Nationality Act. And you have no recourse. Bawaba straight. Expedited removal, and you bow other 3 years or 5 years, depending on circumstances. But also there's a process you can vindicate yourself by posting what we call a public charge bond. If you have a lawyer, you can call from the, because they give you a chance. Okay. Advise you on your right that, hey, look here, you are going back to your country, okay? So you can call a lawyer, you can do whatever you want to do. You have a chance to make a phone call. Then you call a lawyer who is well versed in the immigration, or pursue bail amount.
Wow.
Then that way you enter the country and then continue the process from there.
I was here for and then come on the name Ora Chris Alipui-Plunch or your immigration law paralegal a wise way immigration consult. Na make I say papa e ba no emra efa akwantuo ho a wakwadare mu yie pa Ghana ha nipa bebre afa ne so asovu normal bebre ene ye hwe se ne amusi bob na kire Max TV for enkofo agimisika o we agimisika o ne yesi no e wo se ye de papa e ba na oba no obe kirekire ye mu se ne be ye antiase be ye adwuma na se wo question bi se wo experience bi se e bi as say wo fa process bi mo why confused papa wa ha se odi yen e be wura mu nti busa no mimi nim hwe busa question no ajo good morning ajo ampacho to me kan good morning.
Good morning.
Ajo Bacho ora plunge wa na ni nkomo.
Yo Martin. Where you know lie na munye.
Ajo ba me te wonka enti wada makata wai.
Yo Martin. No me ka say me baba ko Germany. Ne owo offense one wa wotu nto owo offense one. No person sister ba ho. Ne oye ya farmer no ye no Christian so ya ma no. Into my nephew say oye funny say okoye no before from so benya kwanya ko ya farmer no nti waya for 5 times ne nyina ya farmer no nti no ka say ye hwese me disase obetimi ya kwanja ne say obetimi ya Germany demonstrator Tanzania sister no Germany
ora plant wa me nim say wo questions bi apese obusa na ansana wa
Yes, question is more apply for visa na
Germany.
Visit. For visit.
There be nanka or visit no. E kwa akọbua no. Saa time no wo ye na nanka kwa akọbua no. E na o man farmer.
Okay. O state so kwa akọbua ni sister wa wo. Yeah. And then young farmer because almost so kwa na arete umba. Into more farmer, there's a process to that. Into no file number and number office, no advice why.
Martin, I say they say see no 5 times in a work on a different country, no be a chance there. Say see a sister no ye jet or ye just a you or stay home.
Uba a bet show kwanya a bet fast wa I check his on your money and the reason why or more continue denying is why.
Martin. Okay. Martin.
Okay. As someone work is say actually you be so Onono was truthful. Say this is we are in CS. Into no free Ghana ha kwakoboa no. But that could also be a red flag for them.
There's a special there's a category of visa for that.
Really?
Yes, if you are going for a visit. That's okay for visa, okay for pleasure kekaba. And for tourism, okay for kekaba. Now, if you want to go and stay and take care of a sick person, then the process is different.
Wow.
And then no. Into some of it, we call them true lies.
True lies. So we were kind of clever then the one because yes. Some him said, "Nipa we are quite the likely we say on marry." So umiti, friend say no, professionals now. Omo no be chira we okay, young call Becca ho e wo Bujumbura. Becca, good morning. Oh, sorry, Becca. Wait me afraid. Ebusia, you know, rap plant a CMU, a banum bra, a far quantu one. Papa, Usan, who bop and ye, or Nimu pa na or Tiasia, now experience pa a woman. And Janopes, I wish I will Max TV, Utie, or Max 89.7. Now, as a Musebi and Asaj in Trebi, and now, experience be up a sound and share 0558462088. And for young call Israel, now, young fat your next caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. In Pacho you.
Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
In Pacho, a friend Mary Asante because I feel Israel.
Okay.
Israel. In Pacho, me file ye. Never file mommy. Almost your mobile me appointment date for interview. 10 months in ye. Plenty of my
Never me, but I country by
US.
Okay, meaning say, ora.
Yes, officially I-130 on.
Let me patch on. Maybe your citizen, no file money.
Petition your friend I-130.
Or say National Visa Service for
National Visa Center.
Almost sending me email. Someone receive payment, maybe BIA. Now, only American embassy in Ghana ever find the appointment date, mommy. The scene 10 months.
Okay. All right, very well. You're not the only person. Your case is a good as well. Young with Massia and go for the from 2020, 2018, and by one appointment, go for the 2016 one appointment. But there's a process. You will go through to expedite your case to Ghana. Into no, and young mama, why? Oh, Freya, officer Bayama, because National Visa Center, no, they are overwhelmed with case loads, and more processor or more picking kofua or more wedding or more treat you with their first come first serve, and now more processing so a scheduled cases no, but American business itself no, date system is constrained into no. Okay, so fresh. They said okay, 10 months in the just always check but there's a processor. Uber to me. Afa utumi expedite ukits na di beba akra amount timely. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, Plunch. You knew you wakonya so bebusa question bi apese obusa no. Today or the omo information nyina begu se na be ya obetumi reach omo. Se bi a omo pese obefra Max TV na obi a te wonka later na oni omo akasa bad number obetumi afre 0558 46208 ene ora Chris
Alipui-Plunch.
Let me stick to the Plunch. Also, I went up Madrid
yes,
your name.
Yes.
Alipui-Plunch. No. And then Edin come on. Oh yeah, immigration law paralegal. Wise way immigration consult. And for only Edin come on for fraud. She said, "Master be Edin kofu esika." Yanko Abdul ho kaswa. Abdul, salam alaikum.
But Mama may refuse that. I don't know what to do again.
Please.
Can you do something about it?
Can you say it again? I think you spoke whilst you were not on air. So please go ahead and say it again.
You said?
We didn't hear what you said. So if you could kindly repeat.
I said what? I said I applied for Canada visa. Hello?
Abdul, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
I said I applied for Canadian visa, so they give me refusal. So can you people do something about it?
All right. Hey, Plunch.
Yes. To find out why you are refused with the Canada visa, no, there's a process called you seek for GCMC report. So GCMC report, no, I bet you the reason why you are denied so that you can appeal or you can seek a review of the decision. Until I bet maybe be found.
Okay. All right. Answer and recently, U.S. State Department at the Ibiaba say students are school abroad. They say no more. Students say so many what would they do? Hello, good morning, Joe. Papa Joe, good morning.
Hello.
Papa Joe, you are live on Max TV. Papa Joe, to me,
good morning. Number send me visa. But I'm a chunka. Number send me visa say may apply for Germany. We may define so may apply visa, but may define so with me. I process ni na mamiana.
Okay.
Phone number no number office.
Okay. Enti e the number betu ja ofa na wakohunu why. Enti mi pacho students e pese court tertiary institution especially in the US. There's almost to be in Kobium because almost the tabono actual applications nyina so. Now 1 year they are already in the process. So be no they are could be our interview that omo nyina kan wana na say e dey na omo nye.
Okay, very well. And then cable news extending all the embassies to put hold on all F1 appointments. but enye visa no you say appointment. Yes.
Okay.
Visa appointment enye visa nankasa. Those who have already secured appointment, they are good to go.
Okay.
And those who also have paid their visa fees also have paid their service fee and they are the process, they are good to go.
Okay.
And yet those who are now coming in and now to me then and yet
for these people.
No, it's limited to, it has to do with Harvard University or US. They have issues with the State Department, and that is why these sanctions are ever. They said in few days all these sanctions will be looked into, and then the appointment system will be lifted again.
Is it just Harvard or other universities?
Well,
in the
it's
US?
It's affecting the whole university in the US because it's stemmed from Harvard. Yes, Harvard School. No, into process. Nagasan sene I think now apply for school. Beji I-20 now. Omo ebe put hold on that. But what one year I-20. What 12 service fee there, you are good to go.
Okay. Alipui-Plunch,
okay.
But this is what we'll do. Usually, if you have conversation and for sending messages, baby. So we're going to compile all those messages. Now, what you send them. So the young kwache, no what's babium. Now I hear the part 2 of the visa fraud.
Yeah. Part 2 will look at the MVC cases. I wanted to acquire file or more date and conform the lotto. A US visa lottery, you say I spy. We'll talk about all those things in our next segment.
And then you share the basics of the fraud and all of that. All right. And see, the website be numbers be more socials.
Yeah, number is 055
055
777
777
8890
8890
057 777
777
8890
8890 Patroyen Kabium
055 777 8890
8890. Now social media.
Social media, they have been in the preparation of putting those.
Okay, so that is the number to call. Now, okay, number here 057 777 8890. Simple.
And 055.
Okay.
2 numbers.
Okay. First one 057 777. Munya sa mu frame no. Mu have 057 777 8890. And you what 055 777 8890. Enti ebusia numbers no. And no Alipui-Plunch. I don't pay that CP. When I don't know what you send there, you be sharing. Okay, can you na visa lottery? Who send me na? You did not confirm baby no musu. When you go punch out pa. And Alipui-Plunch, immigration law paralegal or wise way immigration consults. I don't pay that CP.
Thank you.
Obedi na woda yen shrane. Na yen sorry so. Ejiriba edi na woda happiest birthday to sweet Ejiriba of What Woman Wants and Ridge Royal Hotel, Cape Coast. Enjoy your day, sweetheart, from Ricky. And see, boss Ricky, and Emma Ejiriba, happy birthday. Mr. Benjamin Kofi Nyakunsu Edina Woda, General Manager of J.A. Plant Pool, Togo. May the good Lord continue to bless and preserve you all the days of your life. May your steps be ordered of God and his face shine upon you. I love you, be Connie. Okay, meaning say no yeah, be Connie from your dear wife, Mrs. Helen Maya Nyako. Yay. All right, Nyako. We just want the power on my wawudapa. Mr. Eric Kwate and Sue Edina Woda, we're so proud of the person you've become. Congratulations on all that you've achieved this past year. Happy birthday from West 199 West 1 1991 year group. Mr. Kwate, happy birthday to you, sir. Sandra Edina Woda, happy birthday. Sweet Sandra, wishing you a birthday as bright as your future. May it be filled with adventure, joy, and unforgettable moments. Cheers to another year of life. From Rosina, your best friend. So So that is it for today's edition of the Mass Morning Show. And I'm now what you said, we're planning Besamba, and to make a date with that. It's been awesome hanging out with you. Thank you. You joined us from 6 a.m. Sabri. On behalf of all the team here, I am Joy Wilson. Joy comes in the morning. I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Have a blessed day.